Hello everyone. Today what we are going to talk about is factoring where the leading coefficient is greater than 1. So that means in ones that we've done before, it would be something like 3x squared plus x plus 7. The ones we have done up to this point look like x squared plus 2x plus 4, okay? So all the ones that we're going to do, this number right here is going to be greater than 1. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do is take this 9, which is the coefficient, because it is greater than 1, and you are going to multiply it to the c. When you do that, now this becomes x squared minus 12x plus 36. You do the same thing that we did before. What multiplies to 36 and adds to 12? Well, 3 times 12, that doesn't work. 8, 16, 9. 9 times 3, well, that works. So the way that they've done this is, instead of doing the t-chart, it has to add to negative 12, excuse me. And what you're going to do, or what are the factors of that? Okay, so the factors are negative 6 and a negative 6. So now what you do is the same thing we did before. You break this into x minus 6, x minus 6. Now here's where it's called bottoms up. You take this 9 that was originally your coefficient and you divide both of those numbers by 9. They can be reduced to 2/3. You always want to reduce them. Okay, once you reduce them, then you can take this 3 and do what we call bottoms up, which is you take the 3 and move it in front of the x. So now the final answer is 3x minus 2. So the way that you can do this is, now you can check it and say, okay, does 3x minus 2 equal this? And you check by FOIL. You do the first, outside, inside, and last terms, and it does work, so you know that you have done it correctly. Okay, let's do another one. You take 3, this coefficient that's greater than 1, you multiply it to the 10, which now you have 30. So now you're going to see what multiplies to 30 and adds to 17. Well, 1 times 30 is 30, but it's not. 1 plus 30 is not 17. 2 times 15 is 30, and 2 plus 15 is 17. So these are my two factors, 2 and 7. So then you write them how you always do. Now you do the bottoms up, which is to divide each one of these by 3. Again, reduce. Okay? 15 divided by 3 is 5, and you can't do this, and it's simplified, so this is where you move it to bottoms up, which is now going to give you n plus 5 times 3n plus 2. Then you can go through here and do the same thing that we did before, which was check by using FOIL. When you multiply this out, everything comes out correctly, and you know that you're right. Okay, so let's do this now, a couple of practice problems, so that we know exactly what to do. Okay, this first one I actually need to, okay, so for this one you're going to do the same thing. You're going to take this 5 and multiply it to the 8. So what you now have is x squared minus 14x plus, what's 5 times 8 is 40. Okay, you can do our little t-chart. Okay, so what multiplies to 40 and adds to a negative 14? 1 times 40, that's not going to work. 2 times 20 doesn't work. 4 and 10, well, if you add 4 plus 10, that's a positive 14, but we're trying to get to a negative 14. So a negative 4 and a negative 10 are my two factors that work for this. Again, you're going to do x minus 4, x minus 10. Same step until you get to here. What is my coefficient? Is 5. So now you're going to divide both of these by 5. This can't be simplified any, so you take it and move it, and now you have 5x minus 4. This can be simplified to 2, so now you have x minus 2. This is your final answer. You can check it with foil or a box. Let's do another example. Take this 4, move it down here, multiply it. X squared plus 19x minus 20. T-chart, or x, however you want to do it. What multiplies to negative 20 and adds to 19? Well, a negative 20 times 1, but when you add that, you get a negative 19, so that doesn't work. But a 20 and a negative 1 will work to add to 19. So you're going to have x minus 1, it doesn't matter the order, and x plus 20. This is where you do your bottoms up again. You take your coefficient and divide each one of these by 4. 1/4 can't be reduced, so you move it in front of it, and it's 4x minus 4. I'm sorry, 4x minus 1. Then right here, this can be reduced, so now you have x plus 5. So your final answer is 4x minus 1 times x plus 5. We will do more practice with this later, and I'm hoping that this helped you. Thank you. Have a great day.